15 more minutes because of the load shedding in parts of town. Though we see that a lot of people are connected to the live stream, so we are going to have more people, it looks like, connecting virtually than physically present in the room. So at 10:30 we'll start, and then we'll just do the presentations and the videos, and then people will catch it on the live stream, and then we'll just keep an eye on the live stream for questions if there's any. But remember, you have 3 minutes each once we get going. So let's, if you can just bear with us another 12 minutes or so. Let's start at 1:30. Apologies for that. Yeah, it's South Africa and load shedding. You know the story. So thank you.
Yeah, then that will be. I don't know whether I should go on stage because I'm wired here. I feel like a spy. Good morning. My name is Fred Mahato. I'm the CEO of the Franchise Association of South Africa. Just before I start, I just want to read some headline for you. Eskom load shedding chaos. We are more than just hurtful, we are pissed off. I just don't know what's the difference between the two. Welcome. We, as the association, partnered with Proudly SA to bring this event to you because we are at a stage. I'll speak from my side because my partner here will speak from their side. But we are at a stage where we appreciate the fact that as a people, we have an obligation to create jobs. That's the first step. The second step, we recognize the fact that our people are creative in nature. Okay? Thirdly, we are aware that most of our businesses buy imported products to supply their customers. So with those three pillars in mind, we decided that we should bring the franchisors, who are the bulk buyers of products, into one room with those who are creative, who are willing to go into business, who have business ideas that are working, who are looking for the market. So hence we came up with a partnership. What the franchisors do, the franchisors, we represent 14 sectors. Depending on what your focus is, franchisors buy products to sustain their businesses. In food, I see in some tables there, I've walked around, I see some spices, I see some sauces. When you are in food, you always look for some nice sauce. You know that sauce that everybody in your family come to your home on a weekend to have that sauce, where they will always tell you that your gravy is the best gravy in the whole world, and they come to you, you buy some meat, and when they leave, they take some containers and take them home. So those are the kind of products that if I'm in food, I'll look out for and I'll create. So if you create a sauce, and no one from your family members ever come to you again and say, please do that sauce of yours, then you should stop it. Okay? But then we are looking at so I think that headline resonates well with what just happened. So we have our own internal load shedding, a mini load shedding. Okay, I think what we okay. So what we wanna do, we wanna see our members being exposed to the new products that are developed somewhere by small businesses or new entrepreneurs, so that you have access to the market. One is that if your products fits the bill and one of the franchisors is interested in it, we know that you'll be able to grow your factory, you'll be able to create jobs, and as the association and Proudly SA, we will also be proud that when we go on retirement, we'll have said we have helped some of our business people to grow their businesses and create jobs. Our drive, I think the focus now is that we should look internally and be able to create jobs. Guys, you are aware that we have young people who are graduates, who are unemployed, who are doing nyaupe. It's very painful. But we, as the pioneers, we could contribute in one way or the other to move them off the streets. When somebody is a graduate and they don't work, I've gone through the process some years back, where I graduated for a year. I didn't get a job. I applied while I was doing my final year. Until I graduated, there was nothing on the desk. It was frustrating every day. And in those days, we used to have those telecom lines in the house. Then you'll sit in front of that phone hoping that it will ring. And if it rings, you are the one who answers it because you think it might be somebody who will say, is that Fred? When can you come to the interview? And you find that is an uncle who wants to greet the mother. So I think what we are doing here is massive. And we hope that it will grow year on. Because we want to see other franchisors that we are developing who are coming into the system to also be able to buy from you guys. So with those words, I welcome you to this session and hope that the 3 minutes that you're going to be given is what we call lift pitching. When we are with somebody in the car and you ask that person, who are you? And he says, I'm the CEO of FASA. And you say, by the way, I'm a graduate, I've done engineering, cum laude, I have distinctions in my essays and all that stuff, I can be the best candidate for you. And you say, come with me to my office and let's have coffee. So that's the 3-minute pitch. So the 3-minute pitch that we are going to allocate to make sure that those who are online, because those are your buyers, those can actually grow your business. Take that opportunity. It may not come again. Okay? Thank you and welcome.
Okay, I'll stand here. Maybe I have aspirations of being a pastor. So this feels like a pulpit. And I'm about to preach to all these buyers that are online and some of those who are in the room. So my name is Eustace. A lot of you know me because you're members of Proudly South African. I'm the CEO of Proudly South African. And my slides are basically to just give context as to why we do this. So good morning to everyone. If there's anyone that I must acknowledge, if there's a queen, a king, all protocol observed. I got into trouble once because I did not observe protocol, and there was someone very important in the room. So all protocol is observed. Mine is to give you a sense as to why Proudly South African exists and why we do this. A lot of you in the room know why we do this, but those who are online and some who are in the room who are not necessarily members of Proudly South African might not necessarily know why this is important. This country battles 3 main challenges, and Freddie touched on those. He gave a good example, in fact, of a situation where he was unemployed and he would wait for the telecom phone. With me, the story I used to tell was, and that's why I'm fascinated by this guy, this please call me guy. Because please call me used to be a way of members of my family communicating with me. On my payday, they would send please call me's. But I knew that they were not saying I must call them. They were just reminding me that, hey, Chief, black tax, it's time. Don't forget us. So I think me and you are 2 different generations. You are the telecom generation, me, landline. Mine is a cell phone generation. So high levels of unemployment in this country. A lot of our people live below the poverty line. If you look at the numbers that came out recently, about 8 million of our people remain unemployed. And these are people who are actively looking for work. So we still have another 3.6 million people who, are discouraged and they've stopped looking. But there's 8 million out of the 59 to 60 million people who live in this country who are actively looking for work and can access employment. So be mindful of that. The reason why when we package this supply chain workshop, we focused on women-owned businesses and black-owned businesses and youth employment business, youth-owned businesses is because look at the youth unemployment numbers in excess of 60% and look at the women unemployment numbers in excess of 50%. So that's where we need to start making an impact. And I'm just going to give an example of an industry that is badly affected by imports. And I think that then this can be translated into any other industry represented by all these companies that are in the room. Furniture industry is a good example. They used to employ about 3,500 people, direct jobs, that is. Over 20 years or thereabout, they were left only with, they used to have 3,500 factories. Now they only have 1,100 factories manufacturing furniture. So over time, you lost more than half of the capacity. And we know that once the capacity is lost, you cannot get it back. That infrastructure, at most times, it's gone, and the investment is gone, and the skill leaves the country. And that is mostly because of imports, because we are choosing to buy imported furniture. So every time you buy imported furniture, be mindful of the fact that there are jobs created in that industry. About 50,000 jobs were created in that industry, reduced to about 25,000. So half of those jobs have been lost. But those are the direct jobs lost to imports. Look at the indirect jobs. The indirect jobs come from, the plastics industry contributes synthetic fibers. In fact, we have paint companies, Atlas and Olympic Paints. You contribute to through the chemicals industry that you're part of, you contribute to the raw materials that are utilized. We have natural fibers, hides, and skins that come from the agricultural industry. The metals industry gives us metal parts that are utilized to manufacture furniture items. Those hides and skins are converted into textile and leather items, and that is what is contributed by that industry. And so all of those are industries that benefit from the purchasing decisions made in favor of locally made furniture. So every time you don't buy locally made furniture, jobs are lost, not just the direct jobs that we had on this slide, but there are lots of indirect jobs, and that's the multiplier effect. So the next time you make a purchasing decision, spare a thought, not just for the one who makes the product, but for the one who supplies the one who makes the product as well. So there are many jobs that are lost. We estimate that over and above the jobs, there are livelihoods, so that one salary or one income in this country takes care of 5 to 6 more people. So there are many more people who are affected by our purchasing decisions. Hence, the need for a campaign like ours. It's not a unique concept. Buying local is a global phenomenon, exists all over the world. In fact, the best case study to utilize for this morning session is the United States, not because our president is in the US, currently talking trade and other economic issues, but because they view localization as an important part of their macroeconomic strategy. And as far back as 1933, they even came up with legislation. Omar from Plusfab was telling us that we must force people. They are forcing people. They're able to. So we must get there. So I agree with you. We must get there. Eventually, somehow, with all the WTO agreements we've signed, we need to get to that point where we start forcing people in one way or another to buy local. And they then followed it up with another act in 1982, and they issued a Buy America Improvement Act in 2017. And even the current president, when he came into office, within the first week of coming into office, he signed into law provisions that strengthen the Buy American provisions. And some of the obvious benefits of buying local includes the fact that, if people buy from you as a business person, and even those buyers who are running the franchises that we are targeting, you employ people. But if people don't walk through the doors of your business, you're going to close that business faster than it took you to set it up. And so when people buy from you, it helps you to retain jobs. And as we continue to buy and buy and buy, and there's a need for you to produce more, you're then in a position to create much needed new job opportunities. And if you employ young people into your business, you're giving them an opportunity to acquire skills. Lots of our people are sitting at home. He spoke about those who are, battling with nyaupe and other, social ills. Those people don't have any skills whatsoever. Even if they're graduates, they don't have any skills. Until they are put into an actual workplace, they will never acquire skills. So as we buy local and we enable these entrepreneurs who are in this room to do well and to grow their businesses such that they can employ more people, those people that they're employing will then acquire skills, and those are the skills they can utilize to better themselves and to go out, acquire better opportunities and even be entrepreneurs, because we need businesses we need the number of businesses to grow so that we can, get people employed. It contributes to the development of the economy. Localization helps with empowerment. If you're going to talk empowerment, you have to attach economic, the term economic ahead of it. So economic empowerment is what we're looking for. But people can really be empowered if they know that people are going to buy from them. All of these are transformed entities that are in this room. They're helping us drive empowerment, but they can only really achieve that if those of us who make purchasing decisions choose to buy from them, whether it's products, services, buy from them, so that we can get to a point where people can benefit and be empowered. I mean, a good example is, especially in the franchise space, we know that those who started the franchises, and these are your members, they have suppliers that they trust, and suppliers who help them function properly and effectively. And so sometimes they are wary of letting new people come into their supply chains. I'll go back to my paint example. I mean, how how wrong can paint go? I mean, if the paint is manufactured up to the right quality, how wrong can it go? The next time they open a new shop or the next time they want to refurbish, all they need to do to check the label. If the label says made in South Africa, then you know you're supporting jobs in the country. Both Atlas and Olympic in the room, they'll tell you that they have to buy lots and lots of raw materials for them to manufacture the paint. And so all of those businesses benefit from that purchasing decision. And so because they are transformed entities, the decision to support them helps talk to that empowerment element. And so our mandate is clear. We have to influence the buying that happens in the public sector, the buying that happens in the private sector, which is what we're doing today, and this is just one of many sessions that we host. The buying that is done by the public, we need the public to choose to buy from all of you. We need the public to understand that if they buy products made in China, they're supporting jobs that come from China. Today I'm going to pick on China through all my examples. Lastly, as Proudly South African, we have to ensure that we promote accessibility of locally made products and services. All of you make products. There are people who really want to support this localization drive, but at times they don't know how to find you and where to find you. And our role is to promote accessibility, to make you accessible. Hence sessions like this, hence the streaming capability, because remember the buyers are sitting in the Western Cape. A lot of the buyers are sitting in the Western Cape, in KZN, but how do they find you? And so today that 3-minute, you call it what, a lift pitch. That lift pitch is aimed at making sure that we get them to know about you so that they can access you, as buyers. And this slide is specifically meant for the buyers who have logged in and those who are in the room. That, every time we ask you to buy from a Proudly South African member company, whether it's a product or it's a service, just know that it adheres to these 4 key criteria. The first one is that the product, has sufficient local content. It's made locally. One of my sisters is going to talk today about corporate wear, and I saw this protective wear as well today. So you must know that it's locally made. They're not going to bring a garment that was made in China and they change labels, because we know a lot of people do that. They cut the labels or they stitch on new labels. And so with us, members who affiliate with us make their products here, so there are jobs created throughout that value chain, and as best as possible, our members even buy their raw materials locally, because that's what we ask them to do. They understand the imperative and they support other industries, and so that's what we're calling for. Secondly, the quality is good. Companies that affiliate with us produce high quality products. So that worry from franchisors to say, but I have my traditional supplier, I have a supplier that I've used over the years, how do I trust that this company will deliver on time, the quality will be good? We tell you the quality will be good. Take our word for it. We've been in this game for 21 years. Proudly South African is turning 21. So it's coming of age this year. So 21 years of making sure that we put out high quality products into the market, high quality services into the market. It gives us that confidence to say to any buyer, trust them. If they come and they can produce a Proudly South African certificate, or they have their logo on their product, Moshe, the logo on the product, because that's how consumers know that your product is locally made. I'm picking on you. I want you to use the logo. And the 2 other softer issues that our members have to comply with includes the fact that they have to help us preserve the environment by recycling and reusing waste responsibly. They help us reduce the carbon footprint in the country. And lastly, they treat their workers fairly. All of us complain about these cheap products from China because some of these countries in East Asia, they don't treat their workers fairly. They put people in sweatshops, they underpay them. That's why the products are so cheap. With us, we are clear. The product is made in South Africa, is of a high quality, and those who make it, who are employed within the borders of this country, are treated fairly in accordance with the labor legislation of the country. And so SMMEs are important. They're very important in turning the tide. If you look at developed economies, in developed economies, jobs come from SMMEs. In our countries, the other way around. We still expect government to create the jobs. We need SMMEs because that should be the main source of employment. And so, the NDP 2030 target says we need to get to at least 45% of economic activity coming from SMMEs. And if you look at the SMME support ecosystem, business people will tell you they need access to information, they need to comply with the statutory obligations, including tax, they need to get assistance with driving up productivity and efficiencies, and they need to continue to comply with all requirements in the country, and there's a company here that will help you with that. MaxProf is here. They'll help you with, ensuring that, from a compliance perspective, when it comes to your tax and statutory publications, you can get assisted. Companies just need support. They need to be assisted to register their trademarks so that, even when you start exporting, no one copies your product and it comes back and it's the same product, and you can see this is your product. It's just packaged differently and given a different name. And companies need funding as well. But where we come in is that once all of that has happened, the most important thing is somebody must then buy the product or take up the service offering. And so that's where we come in, is an access to market platform. So as I head towards the end of my presentation, because I see I'm almost out of time, is our focus is on access to markets. That is what Proudly SA does. Every time we go to the public sector, to the private sector, to consumers, what we're trying to do is to get them to buy from you. That share of the market that is taken up by imports, we need to bring it back. We need to take a big chunk of that market share back. So we have a campaign called Will You Commit? My colleague will speak to you when she gives a vote of thanks later, and she drives that project. But basically, we're asking the private sector to commit to localization because they're basically committing to job creation. And these are just some of the examples of the kind of commitments we've asked for. So as a member of Proudly SA, know that behind the scenes, you might not sit in a session like this, like today, where you are pitching, but we are doing this behind the scenes, where we're saying to the banks, buy your furniture locally. Where is your uniform coming from? The promotional material, the stationery, with the schools, the uniforms, where are the independent schools and the private schools buying their uniform from? Where are the desks coming from? The reading material. The hospitals buy a lot of linen, beds, uniform, medical equipment and devices. Automotive industry buys a lot of components, the after-sales components. Where are those coming from? They use a lot of machinery. There's a lot of uniform, corporate wear, the protective clothing. Retailers, we are saying to retailers, give us shelf space. Give locally made product shelf space, because consumers will only buy it if they can find it on the shelves. If consumers can't find it, if every time they walk in, they find made in Indonesia, made in China, they are going to leave the store with products from those products. But the more shelf space is given to local content, you are saying to consumers, here it is, buy it, and we know, we've seen it. The master plan in the clothing, textile, footwear, and leather industry showed us that where retailers are stocking up locally made products, consumers are buying it. And that's why they're able to increase the production volumes. And that way, the jobs are created, not just in the factories that make the clothing, but in the cotton farms and across that whole value chain. And we're saying to manufacturers, generally manufacturers, where's the packaging coming from? Even yourselves, buy from each other. Where's your packaging coming from? As a member of Proudly SA, buy from the next member of Proudly SA, your package and your raw materials, your packaging. Because in the same way that you want people to support others. We all have the same program. So we've created a platform called the Market Access Platform, MAP. This is where, as buyers, you can easily go in and find companies that you can buy from. All members of Proudly SA are going to be listed on that platform. And basically, it just gives you an opportunity to find reliable and vetted localized suppliers and transformed black-owned companies. I mean, we know that companies have their own transformation targets where they want to find women-owned companies, black-owned companies. So on this platform, you find those companies, plus you also find companies that make their products locally. You just do a search, and it will help you to find those companies. So let me play a video quickly, and that tells you what MAP is, and then I'll then conclude my presentation.
Large companies operating in South Africa recognize the long-term strategic benefit of current legislation focusing on transformation and corporates' responsibility to localize supply chains beyond philanthropic reasons and to comply with the legislation. Corporates are increasingly investing in enterprise and supply development initiatives. However, a number of challenges remain. Finding vetted manufacturers according to local content requirements at acceptable industry standard levels of quality with the capacity to keep up with demand required from large organizations. Finding high-performing, transformed suppliers across all categories, bridging the gap between buyers' expectations and suppliers' capabilities, and suppliers' over-reliance on limited key accounts. Searching for suppliers is a key step in the procurement process. The suppliers need to meet the company's expectations regarding cost, capacity, quality, deadline, as well as performance. Introducing Market Access Platform, your preferred portal to source localized and transformed suppliers. Market Access Platform, MAP, is an online portal that influences localization and transformation. It enables corporates to refer, find, and rate vetted high-performing transformed suppliers, local service providers, and manufacturers across industries, thereby creating market access for suppliers while mitigating the risks associated with sourcing from unfamiliar companies. Buyers are able to find reliable and vetted localized and transformed suppliers, refer their high-performing transformed suppliers, local manufacturers, and service providers to MAP, thereby enabling them to grow and become more competitive, advertise procurement opportunities, support the growth of their own high-performing suppliers, increase competitiveness in sourcing, reduce the cost of sourcing, rate services received from suppliers, view the socio-economic impact of their commercial activity with selected suppliers, and record and monitor their localization procurement commitments. Suppliers are able to increase their visibility in a cross-industry marketplace, find other suppliers to procure from, and view tenders when published. Benefits and unique selling proposition. Buyer benefits. Contribute towards a localized and transformed supply chain. Retain and create jobs. Enable the sustainability of suppliers by creating market access opportunities. And contribute to the growth of the economy by favoring local manufacturers and service providers by increasing local demand. Supplier benefits. Corporate visibility. Gauge client satisfaction. B2B opportunities, buying from other suppliers. And attend Proudly South African events and be exposed to the collective National Buy Local campaign, calling on both private and public sectors, as well as consumers, to procure locally. We are therefore calling on corporate South Africa to review and secure procurement practices and give preference in all cases possible to companies that are manufacturing locally. Utilize MAP to influence localization and transformation. Refer and find high-performing suppliers. Advertise procurement opportunities. And record and monitor localization procurement commitments. Market Access Platform, your preferred portal to source localized and transformed suppliers.
And that's us. So basically, we go out and we say to corporates, to your members, they must utilize MAP. They must give us commitments. Find an item that you're going to buy locally. Is it corporate wear? Is it your spices? Is it ingredients? Is it your paint? Find an item that you can ring fence for localization. Then utilize MAP. List yourself on MAP as a company so that you can then buy from MAP. But we also then identify the companies. We put all our members on MAP. In the next couple of weeks, in the next 2 weeks or thereabout, all our members will be on MAP. So all these buyers, not just in the Franchise Association, all the buyers from all of those industries that I showed you earlier on, where we're saying they must buy local, will be able to find you and buy from you. And you can then transact. The other thing they can do is they can also advertise tenders, and only those of you on MAP will see those tenders. So then you don't compete with importers, because if it goes into the newspaper, even the importers see it. And then they bid as a South African company, and all they have is an office here. But all the products are coming from outside. It's just a commercial office to find opportunities, but everything comes from outside. And so we will monitor those. So what we're doing today is we're saying, okay, we targeted 20, but I think we have 16 companies pitching to the Franchise Association. And that's what we're doing. It's a targeted approach over and above what we're doing, to go to companies and say, where we go to companies and say to them, they must give us commitments. This is a targeted approach. We're talking to buyers representing franchisors and franchisees, and we're saying, give these companies a chance. We've created portals where our members are able to sell their products. I mean, when the pandemic really hit us, we had to find a way to support our companies. And those who are making products that, were helping us respond to the pandemic were able to list their product on the portal, and others came through. I know some did benefit from that. There's medical PPE as well. When the pandemic started, all our medical PPE was coming from outside of the country. Capacity has been created in the country. There is no need for anyone to go buy any of these things from outside of South Africa. And so on the portals, buyers of hospitals, etc., and mines who utilize all of these things can go onto the portal and find Proudly South African member products listed on there. In terms of the public sector, they've designated all of these items for localization. If they buy any of these items, they are basically, compelled to buy them locally, not from a middleman who will supply products that come from outside. You win the tender on the back of you showing evidence that the items we are going to supply to government will be locally made. So we run a tender monitoring system where we track those tenders for all of those items. We identify local manufacturers that we then send the tenders to through our tender monitoring system. We assist government with fixing the tenders and making sure that the tender is written such that importers know that they can't participate in the tenders, and that way government buys local. Last part of my presentation is we are going on a drive. Previously we had an online store. We're now going on a drive to increase the number of e-commerce platforms on which you can have your products listed as Proudly South African members, but the buyers can then also find the companies there. Some B2C, some B2B. Over and above MAP, we're going to have a lot of transaction-capable platforms where you can find locally made products. And that's basically our role as Proudly South African, is to improve accessibility, like I said, but also to educate consumers so that they understand the economic importance of buying local. And we do this at malls, at festivals, through online competitions, at universities. We use expos, we do a lot of advertising. And the labor mobilization is the work we do with the unions. The unions are being asked to hold their own employers accountable. When they go negotiate during strike season, they don't just negotiate for increases, but they negotiate for the companies to also buy local. And so that's a big part of the work we're doing. We utilize sporting events. So we have many ways in which we educate consumers. So the last bit of my presentation focuses on a video. I think it sort of sums up. This ad sums up everything that I have asked the buyers to consider. Over and above, listing on MAP as buyers, and then finding all of these companies that are on the system. But it gives you a sense of what the call to action is, what our request is to South Africans. And we conceptualized this at the height of the pandemic. In fact, during the hard lockdown in 2020, May, June 2020, thereabout, we conceptualized this campaign. And we're saying, the economy is in trouble already. The economy was in trouble at that time. Even before the pandemic started, we had the highest unemployment rate since the introduction of the quarterly labor force survey. We had been downgraded by all rating agencies. We already had, successive quarters of no growth. So we're already in a recession. So we said game time because we utilize the analogy of a sporting game, and I'll use soccer because it's the best example for me. That, if you're not doing well in the first half, like the economy was not, halftime, which is where we were, all of us were in lockdown, we were locked in our houses. We said that's halftime. It's like when the coach must go into the dressing room and pep up the team and say to them, you're not doing well. In the second half, you have to do better. And in the second half, you want the team to do better. I come from Mamelodi, so you know which one is my team. So when we're playing the other teams, the ones from Soweto especially, when we're beating them, at halftime, they must come with better strategies so that in the second half, they can do well. And so basically, that's what we were saying. As South Africans, we have an opportunity in the second half to turn things around. And this was the campaign. That's why it's called Game Time. It's time for all of us to contribute to the growth of the economy.
The second half is about to begin. We need to change the scoreboard. It's time for all of us to pause and rethink the game plan in order to save the future. I call on all of us to be game changers, because greatness isn't reserved only for some people. By buying local, we're choosing to create jobs and sustain the ones we have. Time and time again, South Africans have taken destiny into their own hands, creating products that the rest of the world wanted to buy. See, the world remembers about us what we sometimes forget. But it's time for change. Let's all buy local. It's game time. Zanzi.
Local is lekker.
Your everyday decisions shape our future.
Yes, thank you. Your everyday decisions shape our future. So my next session is now to introduce the members, Andre. You all have 3 minutes. The last time we did this was in 2018. And the members all had 2.5 minutes. And there are lots of success stories. I know of one specific company that got a nice contract with KFC. There's other stories. There's many other stories. So take this seriously. The difference is that now we've added 30 seconds more. We saw that a lot of people were running over the 2.5 minutes, so we said 30 seconds. And what helped us is the 4 companies that said no, they have other commitments. So we took their time, we added it to you, to all of you. So use the 3 minutes wisely, and I will take the responsibility of calling up the companies. So the first company, and I hope you are ready, is Ahmed Furnishings in Tebing. Matibela, isn't even here. You ready? You have 3 minutes. Maybe. So as soon as he puts up, then be mindful.
Will I be able to see my slide?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay, I'm also going to time myself here. Let me see. Smart watches. Okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ntibeng Matibela. I'm the founder and MD of Ahmed Furnishings. Ahmed Furnishings is where we personalize, customize, and co-create furnishings. I started the company in 2018. I did it really to be the change that I want to see. I had just finished my MBA, and I had to do a strategy case study. And my case study was a black-owned furniture company that made me realize that there was a need for the four things that you're seeing there, imports being one of them that really rubbed me off the wrong way, but also to sustain jobs. So I then also saw the opportunity outside of the idea. And the opportunity came about from the realization that the consumer landscape was changing. And I guess Proudly South Africa is doing something right with their Buy Local campaign, because there's a new age of consumers that are wanting their products that reflect their tastes and everything that talks to them. There is competition out there for us, so we had to come up with a service offering that was a one-stop shop, and this is what you are seeing there. But also, we had to differentiate ourselves, and we differentiated ourselves by positioning ourselves as an ethical company. We don't compromise on material. We look after our people. We are compliant because we understand that businesses and individuals want to do business with an entity that is on the right side of the law. We also look after our customers. So customer value is important to the new age of buyers that I'm talking about that we are servicing. We're also very innovative because we understand that people want flexibility in their products. They want to be involved in their design. So when we manufacture, we also take that into cognizance. And who are our customers? We look at all the people that you're seeing there are our customers because we know that they want quality, they're concerned about cost, flexibility, and capacity, and we are able to meet all those demands. In conclusion, we have been around, we have survived COVID because we believe that we have built ourselves as a solid go-to company that operates within the law and also takes our customers seriously and delivers good, proudly South African, authentic products, and is concerned about the people it employs, it's concerned about creating jobs, but also concerned about making sure that all the things that were addressed here are taken care of by competing directly with importers, with inferior products, and we are ready for larger partners. We are ready to scale up. So if you are interested, please see us and let's talk business. Thank you.
Everybody buys furniture. There's no franchisee that can say they don't buy furniture. Where is it coming from? Those built-in cupboards, where are they coming from? So that's an easy one. All of us are buying those products. The next one, I like this one, coming from the township, staple for us. Acharizer. That's something I like to present. But you're not Tony. Come.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Khomutso Malimune. I'm from a company called Acharizer. I'm a marketing and promotion director of the company, which started in 2019. Our factory is based in Wynberg, Sandton. And we are registered with VET. We are VET registered. We are proudly South African member, which invited us here today. And our company is a company that produces a very, very, very unique product called Acha sauce. So this is So how we came about the product, we firstly find out the problems that are among acha, which we all know that acha on its nature, it's oily. People with braces, they find it difficult to consume acha. Senior and kids, they also find it difficult to consume acha. So this is what Acharizer is offering you guys. We're offering you guys acha sauce, no more smelly armpits, and now our slay queens, they can now enjoy acha without, messing their nails. And now seniors as well, they can consume acha. People who are health conscious, they can now even, get to enjoy acha sauce. So this is our garlic flavor. As you can see, we have a 12 months expiry date. Refrigerate once open. We have also barcodes, and the chili that we're using, it's capsicum oil. It also has health benefits on it. You can Google. The next one is garlic flavor. It turned out to be our high market in the white market. They love garlic, and it really moving well there. And our 70% of our clients, it's white markets, surprisingly so. We also have sachets. This is the garlic sachets. They are 100 ml sachet. They are on the go. Like when you braai meat, instead of getting chakalaka, you just grab acha sauce and enjoy your braai meat and all that. We also have chili sachet. So people ask, how can we use acha sauce? Your bunny chow, you can now just put your acha sauce there. Salad dressing. Spread, you can use it as a spread for, your kids' lunchbox, even yourself. And sushi, one of our clients, the sushi restaurants, they love acha. And some of them, they use it as tequila shots. They just, for the sour, because it has sour, it's very nice. Fate gooks, I love fate gooks. Winter, you can just, instead of putting acha oil, on its own, it has oil. So acha sauce is just so simple to use and very nice. Where we are now currently, we are at Meat World, Spa, OK Foods, Apple Tree, and the rest. And most important one, we've been recently listed with ShopRite and Massmart. So for us to be, thank you. So for us to be able to cater for the likes of ShopRite and Massmart, we've joined a company called CaterCop. They produce for us because, we don't have those massive machines to produce those quantities. So this is my favorite part, marketing and promotion. We just not only place the product, we also do promotions, activations to help with the awareness and sales as well. Our factory is at Wynberg, as I said. We were only able to produce about 200,000 units. That's why now we've joined CaterCop, as I said. Our staff, we've trained about 20 people, and we've employed 10, and we have 5 for sales, and all that. So this is where you can get hold of us. 15 Wynberg, that's our address. Then our telephone number is right there, and our website page @acha_sauce. Sorry, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The next one, I spoke about them earlier, Atlas Paints. Eric, come tell us about paints.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Eric from Pretoria, Atlas Paints. We a company that has been in the market for quite a while, from 1987. The challenge that we always faced was access to market. And I think it's only through efforts like this through FASA and Proudly SA, where we can actually realize our full potential. We have been tested thoroughly, and I think where we are now as a company, we are able to deliver. We manage as well to restructure, and now we proudly a majority black-owned business. Proudly a member of Proudly SA, and then as well as a member of the South African Paint Manufacturers Association. I think what has been most important is that access to market, whereby small and medium enterprises have unique products, but they just don't have that edge whereby major players in their sectors don't allow them access to get their products onto the shelves. Like it has been indicated, if the product is on the shelf, it will sell, regardless of where it is from. And the challenge has been that we've got the products, but there's no access to market. Okay, these are our products. What I would like to highlight, though, is what are our strengths that basically puts up above our competitors. We have a South African Bureau of Standards, approved quality in terms of 1586, and we do control all our manufacturing variables. We do have the capacity, and we already have a national footprint, including SADC countries. What I do see as an opportunity for us is the retail market growth, more especially in emerging markets, whereby initially everyone thought that there's no money, I want to challenge the location. But as it turned out, there's actually a lot of money in emerging markets, whereby, as everyone has seen, the likes of ShopRite, your Pick n Pays and all that, they want to be in that space. And the weaknesses, it's limited retail stores, and what has been the threat is an increase in cheap imports, as well as pandemic habits, whereby many customers rely on e-commerce. And some of our major clients are as listed, and we are based in Pretoria, and those are our contact details. And as indicated, we have been tested. Let us all be game changers. Buy local, buy Atlas Paints. Thank you.
You all buy paint, members of Proudly South African, not just the Franchise Association members. So let's buy the paint. The next one, and I spoke about building cupboards earlier on. The Nick cabinets. The poor. Okay, yes.
Morning, everyone. My name is Dipuo Pagati. So my company is a carpentry manufacturing business. We are based in Wynberg in Sandton. Our offering includes design, manufacturing, and installation of customized built-in cupboards. Our products include kitchen units, walk-in closets, wardrobe. We also do the corporate market and the retail shop fitting market. So under residential, our main market is new or renovating homeowners. Under the corporate market, we also have new or renovating office spaces, or we also work as a joinery subcontractor if the building main contractor needs a joinery subcontractor to do the cupboards. Under retail, we do shop fitting, so whether all the franchisors who are going to be setting up or refurbishing their shops, we can help with that. And then we also work with construction key stakeholders, namely your developers, your architects, interior designers, and builders. So those are mostly people in the construction value chain. So some of the work we have done, in terms of corporate, we've worked with a main contractor. We were the joinery subcontractor. We did Eskom Power Station. So there we did office furniture for Duva and Tutuka Power Station. And some of the products were office kitchenettes, storage cupboards, display units, PPE lockers, filing cabinets, and toolbox units. Another job we have recently completed is at St. Stithians Boys College. So under the schools, we can also do office furniture there. For St. Stithians, we did display cabinets, server units, tables, workstations, and a meeting table. Under residential, we cover all provinces. We've also gone cross-border under residential. We did a client in Zambia, Lusaka, and also in Zimbabwe. So I've named some of the products that we can do for your homes. And then under retail, we've done some shop fitting work for a bridal store in Bruma, a jewelry shop in Hyde Park, and then we've also done a lingerie shop called Tabudi's in Dainfern. So in terms of associations, we are proudly South African. I'm also a member of the Kitchen Specialist Association. Even there, I'm the first Black woman-owned business owner, also representing the Gauteng region. My team, my team is comprised of 11 staff members, which are management, my design, and my factory manager. I also have the people working in the workshop and then our installers. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, so the 3 minutes was a lot for you, ne? Thank you very much, Dipuo. Okay, the next one is, yeah, and I think this is a service that everyone utilizes, architecture and design, JL Creatives, Alkinas. Yes.
That moment you realize 3 minutes is not enough. My name is Letlogonolo Alkinos Digelo. I am the founder and managing director of JL Creatives. We are a futuristic, youth-owned organization that specializes in architecture, civil engineering, building and renovation, branding, and now recently mining in the area that I come from. So now the question is now, how do we take brands to the next level using architecture and technology? The answer is we create an in-store experience. The reality is that only the business that stand out from the crowd survive. And architecture can do that for you. So I'm going to take you through a story of one of the offices that we are based in. We also have an office in Rustenburg. And I mean, this was literally a mess, the place that we got, you know, from trash to treasure. That's how it looked. And this is what architecture can do for you. We visualize how we can literally turn your space inside out and make it look appealing to your customers and your clientele. And how can architecture still help with future concepts? I mean, if you look at that, it's a design that has never been probably built. Yes, it hasn't been built. It's there. The concept is there. Your clients can visualize it. If you have an outlet, if you have a store, this can literally assist you in making a presentation. And why is still architecture important? Because you will feel more alive once you see the interior of any store. So by having an architect involved, we are able to literally showcase how your concepts are going to look for your outlet. Those are more pictures that you can see on how we can visualize the design, we can showcase the design, and we can make it appealing to your customers. Another concept is there just to showcase that if we work with more furniture manufacturers, we can sit down and we can literally give you guys an idea of how your furniture is going to look and make it realistic. that is our logo just at the picture there. So we can literally craft your wood as well. And now the question is, how do we take technology into the future? Virtual reality is coming. The reality is that people want to get into a space where they can see the actual design, they can see the actual concept, they can get into the space, they can go around it. I didn't bring any products. I brought some gadgets that you guys would really, really appreciate, where some of my concepts there are literally on the virtual reality. You will experience the actual design. You will go through it. It hasn't been seen before. It's coming, and I believe that we can prepare in that space of technology. And another thing that you said, Mr. Freddy, which is profound, is that our people are creative by nature. And that's the reality. South Africans are creative. But if you can include technology as well, I think we will be running a better race in the future. Thank you.
The next one, you already saw your name come up. No? The next one, thank you very much, my brother, is Professional and Financial Services, and I touched on what they offer. The name of the company is MaxProf. Okay, stages, yes.
Good day, everyone. My name is Andy Somatutu. I am a director at Maximum Profit Recovery. We are value-added tax specialists. We assist companies in the local government, in the corporate space, as well as SOEs, to actually recover any savings that they might have missed in preparing their value-added tax returns to SARS. So what SARS does is that they can allow you to review your VAT matters going back 5 years. And a lot of companies are not aware of this. So you are able to rectify any mistakes that you might have made, whether it's because of error or omission by the preparer, and you can resubmit those. So what we do in the process is that we review line by line everything that you have performed in the past 5 years, and perform reconciliations and make sure that we support that when you resubmit. We then discuss that with the client. If you are happy, we provide you with all the supporting documentation and you can recover all your VAT that you have missed. And we have been in the business for the past 22 years, and in that 22 years, we have 100% recovery rate. The great thing about our service is that we do it on a contingency basis. So if we don't recover anything from you, you don't have to pay us anything. And we do invoice you only when the financial benefit flows into your bank account. So it will be on receipt of the money that we will invoice you. We will just play a video to showcase our services. Thank you.
MaxProf is a specialized VAT and tax optimization service provider that fits seamlessly into your company's
Thank you, Andy. All of us have tax headaches at some point, at one point or another. So now you know where to go. You know where to go. We've seen a lot of businesses go under because of unresolved tax issues. And then when they come for you, they take everything. So don't wait for that day. The next one is from Miante Manufacturing. Wendy, welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to know what you have for breakfast this morning. I hope you had Miante snacks. Can I please, those who are not allergic to nuts? If you are not allergic to nuts, tell me what you feel after this. Nice, ne? And it's tasty, filling, and on the go. We are Miante Manufacturing, your healthy, on the go, tasty, filling snacks. You can see in the picture, it's everything healthy. You snack without feeling guilty. You see me, I've been doing the snacking. I was big like this, now I'm getting so small. You see? So I'm talking about what I'm actually experiencing myself. So Miante Manufacturing is a member of Proudly South African. It's a woman-owned business located in Samka. We recently moved to Samka. We've been incubated at Bixa in Elfa Gateway before. Miante offers healthy on-the-go, tasty filling snacks and butters to help conscious people like yourselves, especially after this advent of COVID-19. We need to be careful of what we eat because what we eat. We need to invest in our health by eating good food and good snacks. So our products are offered, we source them, our nuts from local farmers, and then we value add them. After value adding them, we package them, and then we distribute them. Myself, our company is also registered for export and imports. As the owner, I'm a member of She Trades, so I've traveled a bit around the country, around the world. I've studied BCom and Master of Arts in Development Studies. I left, I used to be formally employed, and I decided that that job of mine should be somebody's daily prayer. So let me move and then create job for others. So Miante was recently nominated within Tshwane as one of the business, one of the business awards for women. So Miante currently employs about 20 youth and women from the townships of Mamelodi, Pinasport of Pretoria, let me just Pretoria, Pinasport, informal settlements, Mamelodi East, Namapias, and also rural communities in the Eastern Cape. So we have vulnerable youth. Our focus is ensuring that the youth that is out there, they find hope through getting skills. You know, our sector is a sector of agro-processing, is a sector wherein you are able to actually get to employ somebody with or without the skills, because it doesn't take too much time, and it does not discriminate much. As long as you've got your hands, you're able to package products, you're able to count the nuts and clean them and deskin them. So we've finished some programs within our communities, trying to train the youth. Our sector is a sector that is very competitive and male-dominated. We are in the grains and nuts and butters market, which is the healthy lifestyle snacking market. And our industry is expected to grow by 7%. Within the peanut butter, so our products are, we are in the same sector as Montagu, Ace Nuts, Skippy, Yum Yum, but we are different from them because they do not have the products that we have, like the one that I gave in our Caritas nuts, and we've got Oyoyo, we've got also, we can open Macadamia Moringa. Like we said, we are locally, we're sourcing our products locally, and we also ensure that we push the health benefits. And we do not, some of our products do not have sugar, like the Macadamia Moringa, it's got honey. So we infuse, and it's got a cinnamon you can give them. So that one is very good for Baba. Please don't take a cool sis. It's gonna be a problem at home. It will be a problem at home. You'll be very fresh, you know? Yeah, but it's good for your skin. So, so we are operating at Samka, like I said, and also in Eastern Cape, we are operating, distributing there. And we are currently in our factory, we are having a training center where we are training young people from within the communities so that they can start having hope. And also, we are intending in the long run, when the money is there, we want to actually help them to start opening their businesses if they want to, because not everyone is a business person. So we have our key partners, which is Proudly South African. I wouldn't have had this opportunity if not for Proudly South African, and I happen to attend a lot of events, and this weekend I'll be at the Delicious Fest. So please go prepare your bags and then be ready to get the tasty snacks and enjoy with your family. So our key partners, they include BIXA, CEDA, Innovation Hub, DTIC, Department of Agriculture, and Fetola. So we are secular in our making. We make sure that we avoid waste. We supply our products to healthy conscious individuals, retailers. So amongst our retailers, they include African Save, Vigisville, and St. George's Hotel, the Reef Hotel, Willows, and retailers like Shell Garage there by Samka. We've got Roots Butcheries, Kalapeng Pharmacies, and different selected family spa. We've been to different trade missions. We've been to Ethiopia, and they love the product. We've been to IAFTA last year, 2020. They really love the products, and different countries. We are going to be going to France in, when is it, in October, on my birthday month, yeah. So our products are best used as alternative snacks, instead of snacking on just junk. So we eat our product, you get full for longer. So even if you see junk food, you have that drive to hold your stomach. So we also have peanut butter within our products. Our product range, it's a lot, but today I want to focus only on caracal nuts and peanut butter and macadamia moringa. Our team consists of youth and women. We are looking to get assistance within our, we would like to get a retail space, and also would like to be assisted also with money to be able to produce more. We would like to use, I will take an example of caracal nuts. If we have only about 45 stores taking our caracal nuts of 200 boxes, we can make around about 140,000 a month. And that means that in a year we can go about 1.68 million. So if you take our products, you ensure that the youth in the township get the jobs, and you also make your own margins, at least about 30% margins, that will make sure that you get them. Yeah, our website is www.miantesnacks.africa. Yeah.
Yeah, www.miantesnacks.africa, guys. Let's help her push the product. But well done, well done. You know, when you want to get away with going over time, you feed the people. And you give them moringa in the process. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. The next one is a services one, Olive HR Solutions in the HR and recruiting space.
No, I also want to feed the people as well.
Ah, no. I made a mistake. I skipped one. You see what happens when you give us moringa during the day? Okay, Musha is first.
It's the second time you skip. In actual fact, I'm sorry.
It's not me, it's the moringa.
Stop eating moringa during the course of the day. Good morning, all. I hope you're well. Oh, you gave me 4 minutes. Thank you. No, it's set 4. Right, my name is Koketso Malate. It has not changed. I am not the owner of Moshe's Kitchen. Moshe, he's the boss, he's the paymaster. I'm only the account manager here. So now, Moshe has changed. We are busy rebranding. I'm happy to announce that we are going to be launching 3 stores, big stores that you'll find our spices in. And I can see today, let's say a Pretoria vibe. I can safely say Kit Kat and Big Safe are one of those 2 stores that you will find Moshe's spices at. Now, we are here to just tell you that we offer a different option for you when you get to the shelf. Don't go for the traditional spices. I don't want to mention a spice company that made women to know how to cook. Our spice can make women know how to cook. Very easy. Now, we're going to rebrand our logo. It's going to change. And it's going to be appealing. So this is an old presentation. We could not forward you the latest presentation because there are a lot of things that we're still busy with. When we got the invite, we could not swap. We just said, okay, fine, let's use this. Our intention is that, guys, we still exist. We're still doing business. We're still doing spices. We have new products that we have launched or that we're going to add. We have added a spice rice. So you can tell your wife to say bye-bye to the white rice and hello to the yellow rice because we have managed to make the rice to be flavorful. And so that's what we do. We are halal. We are proudly South Africa. That's Moshe Spices. We are MGC free. So now our products are healthy for kids, young adults, whether you are diabetic, whether you've got high blood pressure. Our products are fresh for you. You are not going to be sick or have cholesterol or have high blood pressure or heartburn. So our products are easy to use and healthy for the whole entire family. Now, what we're trying to do, when you enter restaurants, you always find salt and pepper on the table, right? And salt and pepper that you find on the table is not owned by that restaurant. So we want to kick them off and bring Moshe's salt and pepper on the table. If we can get that opportunity, I'll be parking a G-Wagon outside there. Now, it is easy. All we want you to do is to spice it up. Spice your food up, spice your relationship up, and spice your life up. We thank you.
I'm going to get into trouble with Moshe for skipping his brand. Apologies, man. Apologies. Yeah, I was rushing to still digest the moringa. You know, it's a problem. So the next one, Mandla, apologies, I brought you up and then I sent you back. Now it's your turn. So the next one, the company is called Olive HR Solutions. And the stage is yours.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mandla Malumane. I work for this fantastic company called Olive HR Solutions. Basically, it's outsourced human resources. It was like, oh, no, HR. No, you're costing us money. No. It's not like that. So what I've been in HR for the past 21 years, and what I've understood about HR is that if you can get your foundations correct, your business can soar. And my direction for small enterprises is that I'm here to help you set up a foundation wherein you can then grow in terms of policy management, when you're looking at tendering, when you're looking at the bargaining council that you need to operate in, you look at legislation, strategic compliance. But the best thing about it is I work with you in terms of what you have, and we formulate a plan together and we grow. That's the ethos and the direction in terms of how I operate within the company. On top of that, let me put it this way, we are 100% black owned. Here's a little resume of myself. I've been 21 years. I've worked in the manufacturing space, I've worked in the engineering space, I've worked in power utility space with Duva, Eskom, and all of them. So in terms of the company's got a well-rounded experience, well-rounded service offering. What we do, which is quite interesting, is that we collaborate with various service providers. For example, I've got a finance service provider that I work with called Cherubim, wherein we look at holistically, we come and audit your company, we look at your compliance. If you need benefits on mobile benefits, cheaper benefits, medical aids, wellness programs, we then structure all of these things together with you and we grow. But the best part about what we do is, our motto has always been that whatever we work with you, we then grow on top of it. So in terms of the policies, procedures, mapping, you don't come next year and redo a whole new branding. No, we just add on as you grow and we partner with you. So that's our, in terms of our services, what we like to do is we like to take out the guesswork from HR. And we like to take out the guesswork from your employees, from training programs, from whether I'm compliant or not. We are the guys that come in and making sure that in the background, whilst we focus on your core product, we are at the background making sure that every single thing that's going to do with employee relations, training, costing, policies, we are there working for you, doing it for you. In terms of our services, it's a whole range of services. So we're looking at, obviously, the strategic auditing and planning, which is key. We're looking at your process procedures. We're looking at your documentation. What we also like doing is that, yes, you may have disputes, you may have SMME cases, but what I like to do is I like to find out what is causing them in the background. So we work together and put processes in place to interact and make sure that, listen, you do not find yourself there next time in that regard. So that's the value added we give. On top of that is, listen, we are just here to serve you, and we work with you in this whole start to finish in the relationship that you establish. Thank you.
Remember when I spoke earlier on, I said, one of the pillars of being a member of Proudly South African is you need to treat your workers fairly in accordance with the labor legislation. So there's your guys. All of us employ people. Don't get caught up. Focus on running your business. Let him take care of the HR stuff. The next company I mentioned earlier on as well, Olympic Paints is next. Sajal, stage is yours.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So the last 2 years has been very tough on all of us. Global pandemic, war, floods, looting, load shedding. Just leaves us feeling down and out. And we at Olympic Paints think, how can we move from that to that? And that's where we come in. My name is Sejal, and I'm from Olympic Paints, and that's what we've been doing, is adding color to memories since 1981. Yes, we were established in 1981. It's 41 years, older than me, even though I'm getting gray, right? We're a paint manufacturer that focuses on all the paint products, from primers to finished products to cleaning material and all of that. Our strength lies in customer relations. Quality and consistency is key, and associations with the likes of yourselves. And innovation. So what is innovation in paint? It's our packaging technology that we've brought to market. We call it the flip and roll. So our paint comes in a 20-liter paint bucket that looks like this, with a roller tray incorporated in the lid. This is patented by us and exclusively available from us. Yeah, the advantages is that gives you faster completion of large projects, no more wastage, and less post-production or post-project cleaning. And that's a big contributor in giving color. It's an award-winning product, Gold Pack Awards, F&B Business Innovation. But yes, we are in the industry or in the business of adding color to people's lives. I feel like Proudly South African, as well as the Franchise Association, is also doing the same. In various ways, adding color to people's lives in these turmoil times. So today I appeal to you guys. You guys are adding color, we're adding color. Let's partner and do it together. And that's us at Olympic Paints. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you, Sajal. The next one, I think I touched on this as well earlier on when I spoke about workwear manufacturing. So, Pansula Workwear. Welcome, Binu. Stage is yours.
Morning, everyone. I'm the Managing Director of Pansula Workwear. My name is Binu Varghese. We established in 2008, and we are one of the leading manufacturers and suppliers of workwear uniforms in South Africa. And we are based in Pretoria. We have 150 staff members working in the factory, and with a production capacity of almost 1,500 units a day. So, and we do have customer base across African countries. Like we have in Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Zambia, and Angola. And all these customers are very satisfied customers, and they've been recurring customers. We have sound customer base, satisfied customer base in both public and private sector. And we cover all the industries, such as the mining, food, agriculture, petroleum, gas, chemicals, cleaning, any industry. And some of our products are Conti suits, dust coats, ladies' canteen, boiler suits, security uniforms. We can even make any industry-specific item 100% locally manufactured. And here, I would like to highlight one of our experiences during the COVID time, that Proudly SA and Business for South Africa has formed a group together with DTI, and they were going to identify the local manufacturers and suppliers for the pandemic. And we were approached by Motsepe Foundation, and we managed to produce 150,000 isolation gowns as per the WHO specifications, SANS 537 and 5. 100% locally manufactured. So that itself proves that everything can be manufactured in South Africa. So why Pansula Workwear? The quality. We have ISO 9001:2015 certified. We have the QM quality management system in place. The price, we are very competitive. And here I would like to highlight that there was always a point that we paying approximately 100 Rand for a garment imported from China, which can be manufactured for 90 Rand in South Africa. So we are really appreciating this effort that Proudly SA is trying to do, get us associated with the FASA to get the buyers directly to us, and where you can find both the value satisfaction and customer satisfaction. Reliability, consistency. We are very consistent in terms of supply and delivery of quality products. And ISO 9001 certified. We are BE level 1, and we are proudly South African. So there's the contact details. We are based in Pretoria. So for all your workwear uniform requirements, kindly contact Pansula Workwear. Thank you.
Thank you, Bini. Bini, I appreciate it. So we move from workwear to corporate wear. And I'd like to call on Oma Tema, who we have known for many, many years, and is a member of Palace of Kent from Plus Fed.
Hello, how are you? My name is Oma Tema. I'm from Plus 5. I'm going to try and do this as fast as possible. We started we started 11 years ago from the boot of my car to the garage of my apartment, and now a fully fledged factory. Rhymes correctly, right? Moving right along. We first started as a fashion brand for fully figured women, and we have been producing our own clothes in-house. And when the pandemic hit us, we never knew that our brand was a feel-good brand, right? People were no longer going to work. People were not going to weddings, to functions, to anything. And we're like, what do we do with ourselves? Thank God we, invested in our own. We invested in our own value chain of production, so we produce our own clothes. I really love the process of producing, because we design and we do the patterns, and we source the fabric in South Africa, and we also just produce it in South Africa. I love that process more than anything else. So Kana, I must do this thing, ne? Yeah. Technology is dealing with me. Okay, so that's our factory and stuff like that. So we do ladies' wear, which is something that we are very good at, and we have supplied at the end of the slide, you'll see some of our clients, and corporate wear. So if you want your stuff to look amazing and fashionable, we can do that for you. And kids wear, we're very excited about the collaboration that we're doing with Kid Republic. You're going to be seeing some of clothes in their stores. We're going to be producing kids' clothes for them just now. So we're just finalizing our patterns and samples with them. Hospital wear and linen. One of the things that I really love about hospital wear and linen is that I've always just advocated, and I always say to CEO of Proudly SA that I think you need to get to a point where all these things are enforced, because you can't have public hospitals procuring linen. Linen is not science, guys. It's just something that it can be done. And one of the initiative why I spoke about linen is that PlusFab is also accredited with FFPC. We really believe in skills development in our youth and unemployed women. We need to train our people, because our people, when they are trained and they've got skills, they are employable. Because a lot of time is that we've got unemployed people, but the question is that, are they employable? Do they have the right skills? And we have that in-house to train unemployed people so that they can be added into the system. So our process is quite easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we deliver to you. I am not going to go through that because, wow, time is moving. I'm not going to do that. So these are some of the clients that we have. We are at the Space nationwide. So the Space is a retail chain that sells South African brands. So I'm part of that nationwide. We have done work for Competition Commission. We have done work for Proudly South Africa. We are proudly South African member. We have worked with Zandu. We've done their private label, and we also had our clothes there, Superbalist, Modular, South African Tourism, and thank you very much.
www.plusfab.com. Yes. So find her. I think she's also in Pretoria. We have a lot of members from Pretoria. It's not because I'm from Pretoria, guys. Before we get another story going that, only Pretoria companies are here. Okay, the next one is Sanath Trading. Vimbainashe. You are next. PPE. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bimbai Chuma. I come from a company called Sanath Trading. I'm the founder and CEO. All right. Sanath Trading is a supplier of food service equipment, events, and deco products, but we are also a manufacturer of our linen for the events and hospitality industry. We also manufacture deco linen, and recently we were empowered by CEDA, and we managed to get also into branding of our products. I'll just show you a few of our products, our in-house made products. So we do these buffs. They've got a multi-use. I've seen the Nando's people, they use them as dupes. Yeah, and then we also do the aprons for the event industry. Can go on to this. Thank you very much. So Sanath Trading is a level 2 triple BEE Black women-owned entity. We are located in Selby, Johannesburg. Right? Part of our products include the food service equipment, where we source the food service equipment locally to empower businesses such as bakeries, butcheries, restaurants, spaza shops, chisanyama shops. These are products that help in the creation of employment for especially small businesses. So we really appreciate that sort of support. Thank you very much. We also do supply products in the events sector, where we manufacture our linen, we manufacture tablecloths, we manufacture napkins, we manufacture aprons, chefware,
And we make all this in-house. And we have supplied our products in about 10 African countries, including Zambia, Botswana, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Namibia. They love our linen products, especially for the events and decor, right? Recently, we launched a division of our organization named Steps Africa. Those that have got the buffs, you will see the branding is Steps Africa there. Steps standing for Sanat Trading, Embroidery and Printing Services, where now we have embarked into the branding of our own products. And in that department, what we do is we do this, the wall banners, we do the flags, we do your branded gazebos, we also do your branded sportswear, and we also do your branded workwear, where we can put your logos on your shirts and your caps and everything else that needs embroidery. I think all of us here cannot underestimate the importance of branding and having your branding seen out there, and we are the go-to company for branding purposes. This also includes fully sublimated sportswear, soccer kits, netball kits, and all other stuff, your T-shirts and your golf shirts that are fully sublimated. You can see there our linen range. We also do home decor linen, that is your cushions, your table runners, your workwear, and all of that. Right? At the moment, we are one of the companies that would not be here to tell a story had it not been for Proudly SA. We are one of the companies that, because our history, we started in the food service sector and the events industry, and we can all appreciate that that was the industry that was most affected by COVID, but due to the efforts of Proudly SA, we are able to stand here and we were able to keep our people employed, and we currently employ 5 people, but we've got a capacity to increase more people if we get business. Thank you so much.
Thank you. These are the success stories, you know, success stories, and that's what we want to hear. So let's add to those success stories. Let's buy from each other, but let's support them. The next company, the second last, only 2 to go. The next one is Spatch, Bongani Nkosi. It's correct, like Spatch.
Imagine what a country like South Africa could become if technology was equally accessible to everyone. Good day, everyone. My name is Bongani Nkosi. I'm the founder of the Spatch technology startup from Kempton Park, South Africa. Let me see if I can see. Yes. Okay. Basically, what we've noticed before we started this company, it was because we found out that the people on the ground, actually, they are the ones who come up with solutions, who knows the problems, and then they bring the solutions, but they are scared to bring them forth. So we decided to say, let us build our own technology first, and then as soon as they can believe in us, that we can, they can see our products doing well out there, then they can also be able to come to us, and then we can make their ideas into technological solutions. The idea of this business has been accepted by a couple of innovation hubs, also proudly South African. Thank you. Here's a solution to an existing problem. Since then, other products and solutions have followed that are currently being added on our database. We are currently in the process of developing a one-of-a-kind sports drink to complement our wellness technology program. The collaboration with the freelance software developers and graphic designers gave us the opportunity to see one of our mobile apps being deployed on the Play Store. One of our ideas, or 2, they made it to the top 25 in the SA Innovation Summit. Clap there. Top 25, thank you. So we've been also selected to join the Quest Fellowship Program on Innovation and Entrepreneurship 2022, which is a lot of other guys from Africa that we also part of that representing South Africa. So far we've managed to raise a little bit of money from the Innovation Hub, 50,000 rands, to help us grow the technology. And yeah, we're looking for more money. Our pockets are empty. Thank you on that as well. We also secured mentorship and support from the Innovation Summit, MTN Foundation, Proudly South African, as I've mentioned, and the Innovation Hub. We are looking for mentors, grants, or even investors to help us just to obtain maybe contracts of the business, and then we can position ourselves in the right direction in this industry. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
The other company details, I think all of us need technology in our businesses. If you want to deploy technology to your businesses, especially the franchisees, please, there's a supplier for you. The last company, last but not least, definitely not least, Tosh Detergents, Lufuno.
Greetings, everyone. Have you ever walked in a shopping aisle full of cleaning detergents and wondered which one to choose? Either the product you have known all your life, or rather the one that meets your budget? Well, I have a solution for you and my community. Tosh Detergents is a proudly South African company that manufactures quality household cleaning detergents. It is 100% black female owned, and it was established in 2021, and it is found in Mamelodi. Our products have been made from the purest forms of raw materials, such as the pink Himalayan salt, which acts as a sodium base, as well as indigenous plant extracts. This ensures that it is rich in saponins, meaning that it is foamy. This ensures that our products are environmentally friendly. Our main focus is sustainability. They are cost-effective, affordable, ultra-concentrated, they are gentle to the users as well as to the environment. This is what the Tosh team looks like, although some positions have not yet been filled, but with your support, we will be able to employ more people. We've got our CEO, who's got a degree in mineral resource management, our admin, who's got a diploma in HR, microbiologist, and our chemist, and one production manager, hoping to fill the other positions. Our target market is the mass market, which means it's the business to business, the retail stores, as well as the association that is in-house today, wholesalers and cleaning companies. The business to customer has been the biggest market, our domestic market, where we have started and where we are growing. We are in schools and hospitals, and we also offer employment opportunities in the sense that we are able to contract manufacture, people buy our products and repackage them to sell. We are also hoping to tap into the export market. We are a proud member of the Proudly South African, Proudly So. Our products are SABS approved, which has also opened up doors for us in the retail space. So you can find them both physically and online. Take a Lot, Macro, selected Spar stores, as well as we are currently in talks with ShopRite and Checkers and our social media platforms. Our request today is to be part of the FASA Association, to be able to be a supplier of choice. We would like the franchisors and the franchisees to use our products, our Proudly South African product, in their stores. My name is Rufuno Raswiswi. I'm the founder and managing director of Tosh Detergents. I am part of the economic solution that this country so desperately needs. And I believe I will be the one to reignite hope into millions of young South Africans, especially in the townships. And I believe we can do this one household at a time. I believe that we can do this through Tosh Detergents. I thank you.
I felt like at that part we should have said Viva, it was like something like that was coming up, but well done, Lufuno. And I don't know Lufuno, we are just coincidentally from Mamelodi. But it speaks volumes about my township, ne? It speaks volumes about my township. Thank you very much. We are producing on all fronts, ne? So well done. Okay, so that was it. Thank you very much to all the companies who presented today. To those of you who are streaming live, we appreciate that you took time. All of us do clean our, at some stage you must clean, you use detergents. So we made it as practical as possible in terms of the choice of products and services that we have made available today. And so my role for today ends here. To conclude the program, I'm going to ask my colleague, Janine, who's our executive for stakeholder relations, and she drives localization for the country on behalf of Proudly South African. And she's going to just close off the program by giving a vote of thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris.
Good afternoon, everybody. Is it 12 o'clock already? It is. I'm not from Pretoria. Sure, thank you. So as Eustace introduced me, I'm Janine van Straten. And thank you so much to everybody who's joining us. Today, mostly virtually, I know. But it gives me a great pleasure to give the vote of thanks and do the closing for the Proudly South African and FASA Supply Chain Workshop. This is actually the third event of its kind. We do have commitment from FASA to do this annually, each September. So we look forward to bringing you all the colleagues joining us virtually to bring you more companies each year, and for this to become a big event, something in the calendar that everybody looks forward to attending. So first and foremost, Fred, thank you so much, the CEO of FASA. Fred Machato, thank you so much for being our champion on the franchise side. We look forward to really letting this event really grow and take flight. To all the colleagues from the franchise industry joining us today, the buyers, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to hearing all the success stories of you supporting our member companies. To our CEO, Eustace Mashembe, thank you so much for holding the fort and really for your passion. I think it was felt by everybody in the room today. And you spoke really about the ethos of what is needed in the country for us to take flight and really to grow and thrive as a nation through localization and specifically procurement. The Proudly South African team who've put this event together, thank you so much. You always do a sterling job. It was lovely to see all the presentations today, and it worked perfectly without any hassle. So thank you so much to our colleagues. And then our members, thank you for taking time away from your business to be here today. It's a big thing to not be in the office for one day. I know Oma's got a trip planned for tomorrow. She's going to be working through the night to catch up. And I know that's the same for everybody who's joined us. So thank you for taking time out of the office to support this event. And we do feel that there has been some wonderful successes in the past, and there will be more in the future. It's the only way. Government has really put their stamp on localization. It is the way to go for us to uplift the economy and to create more jobs. And it's time for the private sector to really join forces with us to really make this a success. And the only way to do that is through giving localization procurement commitments. So with Fred's blessing, Fred mentioned there's 14 sectors that the franchise industry supports. Why don't we get one localization commitment from the franchises in each one of those sectors every year to where they might have purchased a product that has been an import equivalent? Why don't they choose one locally made product each year? And we can be the, and don't quote me, the propaganda machine to tell the story of that success. It's the only way, because if you tell one story, it might not be such an amazing, life-changing thing, but somebody will hear it. And it will just create spark and inspiration for companies to continue. And that's the only way, so we can tell the good news stories. I know there is really a wish from our members that we become policemen in forces of localization. We so would love to do that, become the police in localization. But for now, we are the lobbyists, we are the voice, and we've got a fantastic membership base. Our chief marketing officer couldn't be here today, Happy Ngidi, and she always say it's not a shame company, our members. And I think it was testament. You saw the presentations today, and that really plays testament to the power of our member companies and the inspiration that you bring to us. So thank you so much. We will forward all the contact details of our members as well as this event, the link. We'll ask Fred just to distribute it to everybody, all the members of FASA who might not have been able to attend today, and then also to make your contact details available so that you can be contactable. And we urge you, tell us if you do get an order. We want to tell that good news story. We need that right now. We're tired of being hurtful. That's the only way. Sure, but thank you, everybody. We look forward to future engagements. Go well, and we'll see you soon. Served in the restaurant, so please do make your way. It's when you go out of the room, it's to the left. It's usually the noisy place, and you'll see a lot of people there. So please join us for lunch, everybody. Thank you.